breaking news alerts, overnight news, plus weather and traffic every 10 minutes. CBS 47 on your side this morning begins with breaking news.
Good morning, everyone. On this Monday, I'm Zara Arboleta. We do begin with breaking news this hour from the Vatican. A big announcement overnight. Pope Benedict XVI is stepping down as head of the church effective the end of this month. Even Vatican aides admit the decision has taken them by surprise. Here is a live look at the Vatican this morning. The Pope leaving, he says, because of his health and his old age. He says he is no longer adequate to perform the religious duties. Again, this news broke just within the last 2 hours. Susan McGinnis takes a closer look at what this means.
Pope
Benedict spoke in Latin to a meeting of Vatican cardinals Monday morning and announced he is resigning his position as the head of the Catholic Church, effective at the end of the month. Benedict says he is too old and too weak to continue on, so he made the decision to step down. The Catholic Church will now be without a pope for a period of time until the cardinals can select a new successor. A papal spokesperson says he expects the church to be without a leader for as brief a period as possible. The cardinals expect to hold a conclave to elect a new pope before the end of March. Born Joseph Ratzinger, the German became pope in April 2005 when the cardinals selected him to succeed Pope John Paul II. One of his biggest tasks as pope has been to oversee the church's response to the priest sex abuse scandal. He issued a public apology for people being abused at the hands of clergy and said the church made serious mistakes in responding to the allegations. Benedict becomes the first pope in nearly 600 years to resign from the position. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, CBS News.
We'll check in with Mike Scott a little later in the newscast. He's trying to get reaction from local Catholics. But look at this. Just a couple years ago, he traveled to the Vatican and he actually attended a mass that was preceded by, or that Pope Benedict actually gave. So you can see how close Mike was to the Pope in Italy. That's at the Vatican. We'll speak with Mike a little bit later in this newscast again, more about his stories, about his trip to Vatican City, as well as reaction from local Catholics. If you would like to join the conversation, go to our CBS 47 Facebook page. Let's get a check of your forecast this morning. A freeze warning is in effect. Jenny Toasty standing by with that. Good morning.
That's right. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, everybody. It is another cold morning outside, clear skies and cold weather, but it will make for a beautiful afternoon. Let's take a look at our live pinpoint Doppler, show you what's going on. And there you can see for the valley, the blue is that freeze warning that'll go until 9 this morning. Could see more frost for tomorrow as well. And in the mountains, that is a wind advisory. The brown area indicating the foothills and the mountains will see gusts of 45 miles an hour today. So we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Still pretty calm though for the valley. In terms of our temperatures, we're at 39 degrees in Fresno, but 31 in Hanford, 32 in Lemoore, 33 in Tulare and Las Vegas, 32 in Porterville. So right around that freezing mark. Still about 2 hours from sunrise, but temperatures are a bit warmer in some areas compared to yesterday. We'll see 40s in the city of Fresno by 8 o'clock. We'll move into the low 50s by noon with 59 for your high today. We'll check out the rest of your forecast in a couple of minutes.
More than 200,000 people are still without electricity this morning in the Northeast after a winter storm dumped up to 3 feet of snow over the weekend. Transportation just getting back to normal, with airlines and Amtrak close to returning to their normal schedules.
And now you get to be snowed in together.
Now we get to be snowed in together.
Until Valentine's Day.
Until Valentine's Day, probably.
Yeah.
What a cute couple. On New York's Long Island, crews worked through the night to clear off the snow from the expressway just in time for that very busy commute. Look at those pictures in Hattiesburg, Mississippi this morning. It's the aftermath of a tornado people are dealing with there. A twister hit parts of the University of Southern Mississippi's campus. Police declared a state of emergency, and they're telling students not on campus to stay home. Public schools in that area are also canceled. Luckily, no severe injuries reported. This morning, police in Southern California are still looking for the ex-officer accused of killing 3 people. The LAPD now has a $1 million reward for information leading to the capture of Christopher Dorner. Sunday night, police evacuated a Lowe's home improvement store in Northridge after a caller spotted someone who looked like Dorner in the store. Dorner released a manifesto on Facebook where he vowed revenge for getting fired from the LA Police Department in 2009. New this morning, a hit-and-run suspect now in custody after investigators say he ran over a bicyclist. The man in his 50s, apparently wearing dark clothing, and was hit while crossing the street near Cedar and Belmont. He's in critical condition this morning. Police say 44-year-old David Santillan was the driver. He apparently pulled over, but then left the car there and ran away. Officers arrested him a short time later in his house. He's also facing DUI charges.
It could be either wanted, could be drinking, could be all kinds of reasons for a person to leave, but hopefully we can locate that person.
Again, that person has been found. Jury deliberations begin this morning in a Fresno County murder trial. Megan Martson is a Reedley babysitter charged in the death of 17-month-old Ella Van Leeuwen. Martson claims the toddler was injured when she fell.
In order to be able to speak last, be able to have the jury walk into the jury room with your voice in their heads, that is a tremendous advantage, and prosecutors that can use that well have a real leg up on winning their case.
Martson faces life in prison if the jury finds her guilty. And a man in custody this morning for shooting his brother. Investigators say 65-year-old David Webster tried running away after pulling the trigger at a house near Dakota and Chestnut. His brother did have to get surgery and remains in the hospital. The search begins this morning at Fresno State to find a new university president. John Welty is retiring after 2 decades at the end of the school year. Today, the search committee that will select Welty's successor will hold a public forum over at the Satellite Student Union.
So we'll listen tomorrow from students, from faculty, from community leaders. Anybody can come and tell us what they want in their president.
Again, this is an open forum. The public is invited. It runs from 10 a.m. till noon at the Satellite Student Union. 507, 37 degrees, a big week in the South Valley as the World Ag Expo rolls into town. We're on your side with a preview, and we're giving away some tickets later. Oh, mascot fail in Bakersfield. A condor's handler takes a spill. And wait till you see what the bird does next.
This year's Grammys included some surprise winners and some very memorable performances. I'm Teresa Garcia in Los Angeles with a wrap-up of the music industry's biggest night of the year.
I'm Alexis Christoforous. The stock market tries to make it 4 winning weeks in a row, and Farmville is coming to television. We'll explain coming up in your CBS Money Watch.
And here's a live look at St. Anthony's Church in Fresno. A lot of Catholics here in town probably don't even know what's going on at Vatican City. The Pope resigning. He's the first Pope in 600 years to voluntarily step down. We'll have much more coverage of that story next.